You've got mail. You hear a voice coming from someone wearing a mail carrier outfit. It's a letter from someone close to you who passed away recently. You open it and read it. The handwriting, the choice of words, there's no mistaking it. But why does it seem like it was written after they passed away? It's a Shigofumi, the mail carrier says. A letter from the departed. That's basically the core concept of Shigofumi, an anime series from 2008. It follows a Shigofumi mail carrier named Fumika as she delivers letters from those who passed away recently. They come from various kinds of people, with causes of death including old age, illness, accident, murder, and also by choice. There's a wide range of recipients' reaction too. Some are in tears upon reading it, some refuse to believe what they read, some reject even the act of receiving the letter, while some are terrified. Which reminds me, what's interesting is that despite the one letter per person limit, a few opted not to send theirs to their family or other loved ones, but instead they chose someone they only knew recently or even their own killer. In short, the variety of stories on display is excellent. Another aspect this series excels at is the atmosphere, primarily thanks to the wonderful visual direction and music. While the art style might not look special, I was captivated by its expressive use of lighting. It elevated the experience without drawing attention from the narrative. That, combined with the surreal music, makes for one absorbing show. I rewatched the first episode before writing the script and ended up watching the whole episode, despite my original plan to spend no more than 5 minutes. It's an engrossing show for sure. Several aspects of the writing are worth praising too. The number of cleverly written comedic scenes certainly surpassed my expectations. Plenty of them use the setting of the scene and the character's traits for the joke itself. They also don't interrupt the more serious moments. To sum it up, the comedic scenes are well integrated and tastefully done. Even though most characters don't stand out, I especially like the writing for Chiaki. She's a fellow Shigofumi mail carrier that might look like a shallow, cheeky friend character at first. However, that is not the case. She has her own interests, her own worries, and she is envious of Fumika for one reason. So, every Shigofumi mail carrier was originally a living person, and they don't age simply because they're already dead. With one exception, that is, Fumika. Fumika still ages. While each episode offers its own dose of intrigue, the main one of this series would be the mystery about Fumika's past, the reason she ages. Unfortunately, it has left me disappointed. Fumika's confrontation with her cause of death in particular broke my immersion for the story. It's just too over the top for my liking. It reminded me that, oh yeah, I'm watching an anime. Beyond that, I just didn't find what happens afterwards to be interesting, and it left me wishing the show would go back to standalone stories about people that will die soon, the content of their Shigofumi, and the recipient's reaction. This is not to say the episodic part is flawless, definitely not. Some of the resolutions aren't too satisfying, and some lack nuances. A prime example would be episode 6, which focuses on the story of a bullying victim. Although it did a competent job showcasing how bad things can be for bullying victims, it falls short in terms of depth in my opinion. The message is too simplistic, and you've probably seen better depictions of bullying in other media. However, let me give credit where credit is due. There are several remarkable episodes with interesting ideas and respectable execution, and those would be episode 1, 2, 9, and 10. Essentially, the episodic portion is a mixed bag. Overall, Shigofumi offers an inherently compelling core concept with mesmerizing presentation. Despite my disappointment with Fumika's story and some of the standalone episodes, I have to say I still enjoyed the series as a whole. The writing shows competence with the variety of stories on display, some solid episodes, Chiaki's great characterization, and tasteful comedic scenes. It's far from a must-watch type of show, but it's unique and worth considering if you find the concept intriguing.